Welcome, ladies. Today, I'll be talking about how to catch a man's attention using nothing but your eyes. Making eye contact with a man can feel surprisingly intimidating, especially when you're attracted to him. Suddenly, all your confidence disappears, and you start overthinking everything. Should I look? Is it too much? What if he doesn't look back? It's a vulnerable moment that can make even the boldest woman hesitate. But the truth is, eye contact is one of the most powerful and natural ways to spark connection, and learning how to do it well can completely change your love life. This video is your guide to catching a man's eye with confidence and charm. I'll walk you through exactly what to do, what to avoid, and how to make your gaze say, "Come talk to me," without ever saying a word. If you've ever wished you could make the first move without making it obvious, this is for you. Welcome to Love Now. If you're new here, I'm Virginia Goodhart, author, relationship coach, wife, and mother of 2 teenage girls, and my mission is to help women of all ages find, date, and keep the men of their dreams. So if love is what you're looking for, don't be shy. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell. I post new content frequently. Tips that you can use today to get the man you've always wanted. Let's get into it. It's a well-known fact that making eye contact with a man is one of the best ways to get him to approach you. But how do you do it properly, alluringly, without staring at him like some crazy stalker girl? First, let's look at why eye contact is so important for romance. For one thing, catching someone's eye lets you both know that you see each other. The man now knows you exist, and what happens next depends on how attractive you appear and whether he would like to meet you. That's good because another thing eye contact does is make you seem approachable. When you lock eyes with a guy, you're sending him a message that you're interested in him and you wouldn't mind if he came over to talk to you. Eye contact is especially useful in a crowded room where people are looking for someone who is just their type. A mutual gaze tells you and a man that you've singled each other out above all the others there. It creates a feeling of being selected despite the competition. It lets you know that someone else has seen you and he's interested. One more good thing about eye contact: it shows your confidence. When a man notices you looking at him, he sees that you are bold and have great self-esteem. 2 very attractive qualities. Likewise, if a man is willing to meet your gaze instead of looking shifty or staring morosely at his shoelaces, you can probably assume he's self-assured as well. So, what's the best way to catch his eye? Confidence and natural sex appeal. Here are some tips. 1. Remember, eye contact is an invitation, not a promise. There's an old saying, "A cat may look at a king." It means that no matter who you are, you have the right to look at anyone. Feel free to be bold with men. And if you see one looking back, know that he's received your signal and is considering what to do about it. In this sense, eye contact is nothing more than a means of inviting men to introduce themselves to you and maybe chat for a while. It is not a promise that you'll go to bed with them, nor does it convey any permanent desire on your part. There's no certainty, only an initial spark of interest. With that in mind, you shouldn't feel any reservations about checking someone out. 2. Prepare to feel uncomfortable. Until you practice more, catching a man's eye and holding it can be a little nerve-wracking. There's always tension when 2 strangers suddenly experience attraction. It's a lot like when you hold 2 magnets near each other, that invisible yet strong connection that pulls at them until they come together. Indeed, eye contact is magnetic. Trust me. The man you're looking at will feel that tension too. Don't worry if you feel nervous the first time you gaze at someone. It's natural. What you're doing is essentially showing your attraction to him. It's a moment of emotional honesty and vulnerability, but it also proves that you have the willpower to focus on the man you want and let him know it. And after it's all over, you'll feel elated because you've just done something most other women shy away from. 3. Practice in a mirror. Before you go out and look at men, try looking at yourself for a while. Good actresses practice their eye contact and facial expressions in a mirror before going on stage. It helps them get a better sense of how to use their features and control their looks, especially in response to a leading man. You can do this too. You may feel silly at first, but think of it as exercise. The more you do it, the more natural it will feel and the easier it will be. Practice making eye contact and catching the eye of your reflection. If you're not sure what types of gazes to use, here's some quick advice. First, study the pros. Watch a few romantic films and pause when the starlet makes eyes at her co-star. Watch and rewatch the scenes with nonverbal attraction. Pay attention to the actors' positions, the angles of their faces, the way their eyes communicate their feelings. Then mimic them. Second, lower your chin. Men like it when women appear to look up at them. It makes you appear coy and also suggests sexual submissiveness. In the bedroom, most men like to be on top. By contrast, if you raise your chin, you risk appearing snobbish, like you're looking down your nose at them, or even confrontational, the way men sometimes look when they expose their necks to intimidate each other. Third, let your gaze be sidelong, not direct. Turn your face as if you're about to look elsewhere, but keep your eyes on the person you're interested in. This gives a man the feeling that you're watching him, but trying not to be too obvious about it. Again, an attractive sign of coyness. Fourth, and this is super important, choose one eye and lock on. Whichever eye is closer, look at only that one. Don't flick your gaze from one eye to the other. Keep your focus steady and make sure you're actually looking into his eye, not at something next to it. Some body language coaches recommend staring at the bridge of the person's nose between the eyes instead, but that lessens your connection with him. His nose skin tells you nothing about what he's feeling. It's just a trick some people use to pretend they're really looking at somebody. Train yourself to look into the windows of his soul, not the frame around it. Practice these techniques for at least 5 minutes a day until you've mastered them. Once you've got the skills down, it's time to practice on real men. Okay, now let's continue with our list. Tip 5, make sure he sees you. Imagine you're out someplace where men are milling about and you see a guy whose eye you'd like to catch. Now what? Simple. Move to a spot somewhere in front of him where you can casually stand or sit within his line of sight. Be noticeable. Don't just hang back out of view behind your girlfriends or at a bar counter and hope that he'll walk past you. If he doesn't see you, you may need to be more proactive. Move closer or try walking slowly by him, moving within arm's reach as you pass and making eye contact at the same time. If he's into you, he'll either stop you then and there or follow you with his eyes to see where you park yourself and then come talk to you. This walk-by technique is also useful if you see a guy strolling through a mall, for example, or coming toward you down a sidewalk or an aisle in a grocery store. But wherever you are, as long as you're in view, he'll look at you. Tip number 6. Gaze at him for about 5 seconds. 5 seconds is the amount of time it takes to let a man know you're looking at him with romantic interest. Typically, when two strangers' eyes meet, they'll look away from each other within a second or two and never bother looking back, unless one finds the other attractive. Longer looks imply that you've seen something in a man worth gazing at, and the longer your gaze, the greater your attraction. However, there is such a thing as looking at a guy for too long. If you haven't met yet, a prolonged stare could make him feel uncomfortable. He might think you're too weird or too intense to bother talking to, or that you're challenging him, and not in a good way. Save those long, alluring gazes for later, when the two of you are deep in conversation. Meanwhile, the first time you see him looking back at you, keep your eyes locked on his for 5 seconds. Count it in your head, 1 1,000, 2 1,000. When you get to 5, look away. Keep your eyes averted and let 2 or 3 short seconds pass. Then, tip 7, look at him again. This final part may be the most important. By looking at a man again, you show him that your first look wasn't accidental and that you're genuinely interested in meeting him. Make eye contact again and hold it for at least another count of 5. And this time, be sure to smile so he knows you're friendly and approachable and that you definitely like what you see. Then, notice how he reacts. Does he smile back? If so, you're in. That smile is his way of showing you he's interested and hoping you'll let him come say hello. So those are all my tips for catching a man's gaze. What do you think? Have you ever missed an opportunity to connect with someone just because you were too shy to look? What's your biggest hesitation when it comes to making eye contact with a guy? Please leave a comment below because I'd love to hear your thoughts. And while you're down there, hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and be sure you subscribe to this channel for lots more smart, real talk on dating, finding love, and building a relationship that lasts. And if you're having trouble meeting good, high-quality men, I encourage you to check out the Love Now book series, something that I co-wrote with my husband, Dr. Richard Goodhart. These books are absolutely packed with the world's most in-depth relationship advice. Seriously, we cover everything. From catching a man's eye to getting a proposal, we've got it all. Even topics way too spicy for these videos. All 3 books are free on Amazon's Kindle Unlimited. Please see the link in the description below for details. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay real, protect your heart, and love as if there's no tomorrow.